Rescue, and today we're going to be talking about how to use a fire extinguisher properly. There's a couple things I want to go over before we actually get into demonstrating how to use the extinguisher. First of all, I want to go over the parts of the extinguisher. As you notice right here, you have a gauge. You have a green and a red. There's a yellow tab in there. That yellow tab has to be within inside the green section. That's showing that this extinguisher is charged and full, ready to go. Up here you notice the pin. The pin is in place to keep you from accidentally using the extinguisher. And right here is the handle. This is where you're actually going to squeeze to deploy the extinguisher. And this is the nozzle. This is what you're going to use to point at the base of the fire to extinguish it. And that's PASS, which stands for pull, aim, squeeze, and sweep. For P is pull. You're going to pull this pin right here. When you pull this pin, it is ready to go. One thing you want to keep in mind is when you pull it, you do not have your hand on the handle, because if you do, you may accidentally deploy the extinguisher before you actually get to the seat of the fire. Next is aim. You're going to take this nozzle and you're going to aim it at the seat of the fire. You want to aim at the base, not the flames. The base is where you're going to put the fire out. And next is S for squeeze. You're going to squeeze this handle right here, and that's actually going to deploy the material inside the extinguisher to extinguish the fire. And lastly is another S for sweep. You're going to sweep at the base of the fire, making sure you get all of the seat of the fire and extinguish the fire properly. There's a couple things you want to remember when you're doing this. If you're outside, you want to approach with the wind at your back. That way the combustion material coming off the fire, you're not going to breathe that in, such as the smoke and material that's actually burning, putting off chemicals. So you're not breathing that into your lungs and doing damage to yourself. Another thing you want to consider is if the fire is too large, make sure you stop and call 911 before you go into an unsafe environment. So right now we're going to actually light this fire and show you how we extinguish it properly. Approaching with the wind at my back, I'm going to pull the pin. Hold the nozzle properly, squeeze the handle, and sweep. Again, pull the pin, aim with the nozzle, squeeze the handle, and sweep. Making sure the wind is at your back, that way you're not breathing in all that smoke. And that's how you use a fire extinguisher.